Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Wonderful. Okay, thanks for giving me an opportunity to speak tonight. My name is Paul Oxborough, and I'm one of the founding members and trustee of Mental Health Motorbike. Next slide, please. So what is Mental Health Motorbike? Basically, we're a free mental health support charity for UK motorbikers and their families. We are a very diverse and inclusive community, actively involves and welcomes young riders. So if you've heard about us and not quite made the step to get involved, please do. Next slide, please. So what are we about? Mental Health Motorbike exists primarily to create meaningful opportunities so that together we can grow the greater well-being of the motorbike community. And what we're doing, we are building a free, national, dedicated network of trained mental health first aiders who can then go on and support other bikers across the UK. Ultimately, and this came out of why the charity exists, we want to reduce the suicide rate amongst bikers in the UK. In 2019, I lost a friend to suicide, and this is where the charity was established from. We made a promise to the family we would do something, and Mental Health Motorbike was the way that we're actually starting to address suicide. Next slide, please. Okay, some quite disturbing sort of facts and statistics here. So basically, 1 in 4 adults in the UK have been diagnosed with a mental health illness. 75% of those people that have been diagnosed receive no treatment, which is really, really worrying. Suicide is the most common cause of death of men aged between 20 and 49, and 75% of all suicides are males. The biker community, we believe, is quite a high-risk group that do receive very little mental health support. There's no active formal support really out there, apart from the normal channels. So this is where the charity steps in. So what do we do? Next slide, please. So basically, we offer 3 types of mental health support for our members. The first one is one-to-one support. If we find that somebody's in crisis and they come to us, we put sort of support in on a one-to-one basis where we help that person create an action plan, and it could involve us getting them to the doctor or even the hospital if they're in crisis. We also run a really vibrant peer support group. It's an online members group that you can access through the website. And we have 20 volunteers running that space, almost 24 hours a day. And what's very interesting about that space, you either join it because you want to get support or you want to give support. And the role of the volunteers is to keep it safe, and then the members actually help each other, support each other in a safe environment. You probably notice us out and about a lot. So we do lots of support at events and activities all across the country. So far this year, I think we're on event number 62. So you can see we're active, we're out there. But we talk about this next, actually. We train bikers in something called mental health first aid. But we also, mental health first aid, let me tell you about that. So some of you might actually have seen the badge on the right-hand side. Very, very interesting. That's an organisation called Mental Health First Aid England. They're the accredited body. And what's interesting about that, once you've done that course, the course you can either do over a 2-day period or you can do it online over 4 sessions. We are currently doing the online sort of session, which is, I think, equally as good as the 2-day sort of course. But once you've got that qualification, we then do an induction course, and that actually allows you to get the green helmet badge, which is on the left-hand side. Now, what's special about this green helmet badge is that you can wear it on your helmet, you can wear it on your bike, you can put it on clothing, you can see it in shops. We're training lots of cafes. Phoenix Motorcycle Training, of every single one of their training centres have put staff through this course, so they will be displaying that badge. And what we're actually actively doing is telling people, if you see that badge and your mental health is not so good, reach out to the person, ask who the mental health first aid person is, and you will get some support. So this is becoming a really recognisable symbol when out and about. So watch out for that badge. And even more important, if you want to do the mental health first aid, contact us. You've got to be 18 to do training, but let's get you involved. We are currently subsidising it as well, so we can tell you more about that when you contact us. Next slide, please. So you can see there, 100 events. Last year we did 97. We didn't quite touch the 100 mark. 97 was challenging. But what we actually find is if we get out and about and we're out there sort of doing events, we talk to people, we give support, we're very grassroots. So once people meet us, the ice has been broken. And the beauty of that is that we can get them onto the peer support group when we chat with them. So we get them to get their phones out, we get them onto the group. As soon as they leave us, they've got an immediate support mechanism. They've got somewhere to go and talk. So events are very, very special for us. And the reason we say 100 events this year, I'm actually hoping we might get to 200 events. And the way we're doing that, we just recruited 7 new regional coordinators and 7 area coordinators. So our capacity has massively increased, and the coordinators and area coordinators are getting out doing events of their own now, which is fabulous. And this is something you can get involved with if you're a young rider. I'll tell you more about that in a moment. Next slide, please. So how do we support our young riders? So first of all, it's probably fair to say during COVID, young people were probably ignored more than they should have been. What we actually found is the older generations had a lot of support. There was a lot of systems put in place to make sure that they weren't isolated. Very, very little was put in place. So what we're dealing with now with young people is a COVID hangover. Lots of young people are dealing with mental health issues. They're dealing with anxiety. And our role really as a charity is anybody that's on a bike that's a young rider, is for us to be, we want to be out there supporting them. So, you know, if you're a young rider that's struggling, go to the website, join the peer support group, and there will be a whole network of other riders, young riders out there to support you. We're also training motorcycle training providers, the industry, bike cafes, to spot and support young people that they think might be struggling. So we're actively being proactive in working with young people through the industry. So if you are, you know, feeling under pressure at the moment, you know, whether that's financial pressure, whether it's employment, whether it's just life, basically, come to us and we can give you some support. We're also creating lots of opportunities for young people and young riders to play a role within the charity. And that involves working with us at events. We're always down at the Motorcycle Live event. So if you come and work with us, we will get you a 10-day pass. Come and work for a couple of days with us. You can use that pass for other days at the show. Always when we go to events, we're keen to have young riders present. So free to come and talk to us and get involved with our events. Also, recognising that you as a young rider have tremendous amount of skills to offer the generation. Many young people have got the technical skills that the older generation seem to be frightened of or lacking in. And what we actually do, we love the fact that you've got that power and knowledge that you can actually help within our organisation to teach the older generation or the less confident generation. What we will do is get that older generation that may have different skills, for example, bike maintenance. We like to bridge the two together. So you will learn from them, they will learn from you. The idea is that intergenerational sort of networking is so important within the charity. So come and join us, get involved. It's really something that's open to young riders. It's not, you don't have to be in crisis. We're looking for young people with skills. Next slide, please. So how do you do that? How do you get involved? The first step is to go to the website, mhmotorbike.com. You'll see our social media handles, MH Motorbike on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, email address there. Basically, our strapline is, when it's to, we are here to listen, to then support, and then to ride with you. So that's a very quick whistle-stop tour of Mental Health Motorbike. If you've got any questions, go to the website or drop me an email at info@mhmotorbike.com. Thank you very much.